the image of God. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Genesis 1, verse 27. In stark opposition to the meaningless origin of the human race, posited by modern disciples of Darwin, it has a purpose even without Christianity. Don't be stupid. We find God's assertion that we were made in his image. While there's a definite demarcation between human beings and God is quite distinct from his creation, his fingerprints can be found on each of us. Our ability to be creative, for example, displays the creative nature of the one who made us. And our capacity to love stems from our genesis at the hands of the one whose very existence defines love. Our ability to reflect the nature and character of God has been sharply compromised by our fall into sin. With a sinful nature, we prefer to love self instead of others. We invent and create our own glory rather than the glory of our Heavenly Father. But in the practice of spiritual gifts, we have been given a unique opportunity. We can once again use our God-given ability to glorify the Creator. Consider the days of creation. On the first day, God brought light into existence by simply uttering the words, "Let there be light." You and I do not have power over the elements, for we are created beings. Yet, we may have been privileged to practice a similar creativity. You are the light of the world, Jesus said to his disciples. By using spiritual gifts such as teaching, preaching, and godly living, we have been given the chance to shed light in a world that has been horrifically darkened by sin. During Creation Week, God separated dry land from the water and covered the earth with vegetation and endless varieties of animals, creating the perfect habitat for Adam and Eve. So perfect, in fact, it was a paradise. Well, it wasn't heaven. Among the spiritual gifts mentioned in the New Testament, we find exhortation, generosity, and mercy. Gifts that are focused on the well-being of others. We will never have the ability to speak an actual garden into existence. But we've been given the ability to create a sanctuary for others as we wait for Jesus to return. Spiritual gifts, in other words, are an act of recreation, where the image of God once again begins to shine on us.